Right, so another educational video for you all. Now, I know a lot of yous complain. So here's the thing. What you're about to see is it's a good thing. It's a job and employment training. Okay? And the place where it is held at is 86 Carlton Hill, Carlton. The postcode is NG4 1EE. So, here we go. Now, I picked this up when I went to the food bank, right? Now, this is what they had on the table: CV writing, interview techniques, and the person here, this person here, I believe is called Martin. Now, one of the things I wanted to share with you, I went to a place called Framework. Okay, Framework is on the same road that Goose would normally sit on in Nottingham. Goose Fair's one of the big fun fair attractions. Newcastle has the Town Moor and Nottingham has Goose Fair. And here's the thing, and I want this to be educational, right? Now, the Jigsaw Employment and Training Club, obviously CV writing, interview techniques, one-to-one sessions, training opportunities, internet access. They're all good things. Job searching, group sessions, confidence building, that's really important. Business startup support and gained qualifications. Now, on this bit of paper, it's got, for more information, please contact us on employment support at jigsawhomes.org.uk. So, here's the thing, okay? Now, I spoke to you about Framework just before there, and when I went to Framework, I had spoken to a lady at the job centre, and the lady, she gave me the courtesy to speak about a couple of things, and she just sat there and she soaked it all up, all the information, which was good, because a lot of people, and this is why I put this in my earlier video, a lot of people, when you mention cryptocurrency, can you hear the silence? And that's what you get, because we have been conditioned. You and me, we've been conditioned that if a phrase is mentioned, one phrase, Bitcoin, it is used for, let's say, bad things. Now, this was years and years ago, and I said the same thing when I was doing the video before on GitHub. And GitHub is a library. It's a library where people can share ideas. And sharing an idea is a good thing. It's educational. And like I said in my other video before, in life you've got a choice. You learn and you keep on learning. Or you reach that point in your life where you're bored with, you've just done all those years at school and you think, I'm ready for the outside world. And then the outside world slaps you down hard because you're brushing the floor or you're making the cuppas. Your aspirations of what you wanted to do are gone. Because you've got to start at the bottom of the ladder and work your way to the top. And it takes time. Now, with Jigsaw, the person who came and sat at our table, he saw this, which I'm going to show you. When he saw this, he turned around and he said, wow. Now what he saw, right, was that. Because I was sitting, chatting to other people at the table. And then, as I turned round to look at him, because he was standing like here to me, he looked at the front. Now you can see Pink Floyd. Yeah? Here's the thing. I've been lucky enough, fortunate enough, to see Pink Floyd in the flesh. And it blew my mind. Nick Mason getting out of a limousine at Earl's Court. My mate, John Paul Harrison, was so excited. He was like, he was doing this to me arm. So, the camera is moving with that because I'm doing that with, and he was like, Paul, look, it's Nick. And this guy at this address, which is 86 Carlton Hill, he was on about Martin and the work that Martin does. And it's fabulous. But here's the point. From when I grew up, jobs have changed. Yes, they have. When I grew up, most men would go to shipbuilding at Swan Hunters. They would go to engineering on Scotchwood Road, where I went myself, and they would learn a trade. And then they would carry on. But things change. And we must change with that. So here's the thing. If we don't change, we get stuck in a rut. Do you want to be stuck in a rut? Do you? Or do you want to educate yourself? You see, you can't turn around and say to yourself, I'm done with education. Yes, you can. And then other things will whiz by you while you're still standing. Now, as I was saying to the guy who I spoke to do with this, I mentioned to him the fact that I had spoken to another, which was Framework, and Framework couldn't help me. The reason why Framework couldn't help me was because the education within Framework didn't know what I was talking about. And it's like you go in to speak to a person and that person may as well be speaking in Russian. You ain't going to understand. It's not going to sink in to hear where it needs to. This here. You see, as I go back towards Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin first came out, people were turning around and making purchases. One very famous one. Pizza. The person who made that transaction is probably cursing what they did. Because back then, it was of low value. And that's why I want to centre on the value. Because back then, they paid for their pizza in Bitcoin. Now, this morning, Bitcoin was $72,000. That doesn't mean a lot here in the UK. But if you had Bitcoin and you sold that and then you converted from USDT to pound sterling, that would shake you up because the price is in the region of 50 plus £1,000. That's the difference. So this Jigsaw Employment, I wanted to shout it out to you all because they are trying to help people into employment. They are trying to give assistance in training, and that is linked to education because it's all about learning. And as I said to the person I spoke to, I hope they get the funding like the other company, Framework. They haven't got the funding. Job Centre just throws people at them to turn around and say, you speak to the employer about getting this person into a working environment. That's your remit. Where it should be more than that. And it isn't. Because ignorance. Not knowing. We've been told for years and years and years to, if you want to start a business, go and speak to a bank. It's the worst place to go. Truly, it is the worst place to go because the bank give you loads of questions and then they turn around and they say to you, how much are you putting in? So thanks very much for watching, and hopefully you have learned. Hopefully, if you haven't learned, then go watch another YouTuber. There's plenty out there. So thanks for watching.